The next step is we have to put these limits. First put upper limit and then lower limit. That is, if we put this infinity into this, instead of sign, put this infinity first in this exponential function, that is e raised to minus. These values are of your t, because integration is with respect to t. Hence put t equal to infinity first here first. So e raised to minus s into infinity, that is e raised to minus s into infinity, that is e raised to any number into infinity is e raised to minus infinity. So negative power we can't calculate. So first convert this negative power to positive power, that is take numerator into numerator or denominator term. So e raised to minus infinity convert to 1 upon e raised to infinity, that is the negative power converted to positive power, and then we can calculate anything raised to infinity is infinity and 1 by infinity is 0. So here, by putting upper limit, that is t equal to infinity, in this exponential term we get 0. So 0 into any number is 0. So for upper limit we get 0 value. Then lower limit minus sign, take minus, minus, put pi by 3 here, e raised to minus s into pi by 3 upon minus s, it will be just a constant. If we put pi by 3 in this angle, pi by 3 minus t equal to pi by 3, pi by 3 minus pi by 3, so we get sine 0, and sine 0 value is 0. Again for lower limit we get the 0 value. For upper limit, put t equal to infinity in this exponential function, that is we get 0, minus for lower limit put t equal to pi by 3 in this trigonometric function, so we get again 0. So 0 minus 0 is 0. So first term is 0. So next we have to simplify this integration again. So this minus sign plus, so 1 by s, as this is the integration with respect to t, so take this 1 by s which is a constant, because the variable is t here, integration is with respect to t. So take 1 by s outside the bracket, integration from pi by 3 to infinity, e raised to minus st cos t minus pi by 3 dt. So here what the calculation we have done here. So first, if there is a condition, then by seeing 0 and infinity, complete this condition and then split this 0 to infinity to 0 to pi by 3 and pi by 3 to infinity, and then solve these two integrations. First integration is 0 because ft value is 0. Second integration we have solved here by using the Lie rule. In Lie rule, after applying the Lie rule, first term will be 0 and second integration remains, that we have to simplify here. So here the second integration remains. Again use here 1 by s as it is, as there is a product of two terms, exponential function and trigonometric function. So this is your exponential function, means e from this type or from this letter, and this is your trigonometric function, means this is your t. So t comes first, after and lastly e comes. So t means cos term, this is your u, and e means this is your second function, that is v. Again, as we applied Lie rule for this term, again we have to second time apply Lie rule for this function. So here first time the u function is your sine term, and in last step the u function comes cos term. So here we are using Lie rule again. So Lie rule is, this is your Lie rule. So 1 by s constant as it is in bracket, first function is your u as it is, integration of v, u as it is, cos term as it is, integration of v, that is e raised to minus st, integration is as we have taken here, e raised to minus st, integration is e raised to minus st upon minus s, e raised to minus st upon minus s. From limits are changed, that is pi by 3 to infinity. So take pi from pi by 3 to infinity, minus integration of v, that is integration from pi by 3 to infinity, and this integration of v is your this term, right as it is. integration of v into derivative of first, that is derivative of u. Here u term is cos term. So as we have seen how we take sign bracket formula for finding sign bracket derivative, so here again we have to take the formula of cos bracket term. So here cos x derivative is minus sin x, then cos t derivative is minus sin t, because we are solving this example in t variable. So cos x x variable we have to convert to t variable. So cos t derivative is minus sin t, but we have asked not cos t derivative, cos of other term derivative, that is we have to use cos bracket formula. So cos bracket derivative is cos t is minus sin t, then cos bracket is instead of t write this bracket, that is minus sin bracket into derivative of bracket. This is the fixed formula, this is the term which is in the formula itself, so we have to remember this formula as it is. So this is the composite formula. So cos bracket formula is minus sin bracket into derivative of bracket. So this formula we have to use here. So minus sin bracket into derivative of bracket, and bracket is, this is your bracket, because cos bracket formula we are applying here. Here term is cos this bracket. So this is your b. You can say that b value, that is bracket. So minus sign bracket into derivative of this b, that is derivative of bracket. Bracket is t minus pi by 3 and t derivative is 1. T derivative is 1, as we have seen in the first time when we have applied the late rule. T derivative is 1 and minus pi by 3 as constant, derivative is 0. So this is, there is the bracket derivative is 1. So this is your second time we have applied the late rule. So simplify this. So first put this t equal to infinity, because this is the integration with respect to t, hence put the upper limit t equal to infinity in this exponential term. E raised to minus infinity we will get 0. Here we have seen e raised to minus infinity is 0. Then for lower limit put pi by 3, this angle just put in this term because the other terms are constant. So when we put infinity, e raised to minus infinity is 0, so whole term infinity into any term is 0, hence e raised to minus infinity is 0, so 0 into any number is 0, so 0 for upper limit, and minus for that rule minus sign and this minus sign will be plus, so take plus as it is. So plus 1 upon s as it is, e raised to minus s, put t equal to pi by 3, e raised to minus s pi by 3, and cos pi by 3 minus pi by 3, that is here the value existed, cos pi by 3 minus pi by 3 is cos 0, and cos 0 value is 1. So here we get for upper limit e raised to minus infinity is 0, 0 into any number is 0, for upper limit we get the value 0, and for lower limit we get cos pi by 3 minus pi by 3, that is cos 0 is 1, 1 upon minus s, the lower limit minus sign, this minus sign will be plus 1 upon s, e raised to minus s pi by 3. Then this minus sign, this minus sign, this minus sign, 3 times minus sign will get minus sign, minus, again this is the integration with respect to t, so 1 upon s is constant, take outside 1 upon s, integration from pi by 3 to infinity e raised to minus st sin t minus pi by 3 dt as it is. So here we can see that first we have applied Lie rule, then in simplifying this, the second term is again in the form of integration. So this integration we again simplify by using second time Lie rule, and by simplifying this we get this answer. But again we can see that by applying Lie rule, first time we applying Lie rule for this integration, the second integration remains, then again apply Lie rule for the second integration, again the integration remains, that is this is your I method integration, because this integration is your example integration. This is, so this integration comes when we apply 2 times Lie rule, this integration again comes in the answer. So this is your I method. So take this integration as I. You can take this notation later. So this is your I. So I equal to, this is your answer. I equal to, this is your answer, and this is your again I value, because this integration comes again in the answer. So this is, we have to use the I method integration. So suppose this is your I equal to this integration. So I equal to I equal to I equal to, we get this, and left side I integration is sine integration. Again we get this integration again on the RHS. So RHS will be again I in this. This is your I. So put simplify first this 1 upon s into 1 upon s, that is 1 upon s square e raised to minus s pi by 3. Multiply this 1 by s to this bracket minus 1 upon s square minus 1 upon s, 1 upon s, that is 1 upon s square into, this is your I, which we have denoted by I here. So again we as we assume the left side as I, and again by applying the 2 times Lie rule, we get I again on the RHS. So in that case we have to use the I method integration. So I equal to 1 upon s square e raised to minus pi s by 3 minus 1 upon s square I. So this item you have to take on left side. So we get I plus 1 upon s square I. So take I common, so we get 1 plus, take I common from these two terms, I into 1 plus 1 upon s square. So by taking cross multiplication we get s square plus 1 upon s square into I is equal to, right side is this 1 upon s square into e raised to minus pi s by 3. Keep as it is. So 1 upon s square e raised to minus pi s by 3. So simplifying we get this s square and this right side denominator s square and left side denominator s square get cancelled, and we get I, and this bracket we have to take on RHS. So I equal to e raised to minus pi s by 3. This bracket will goes to denominator, so s square plus 1. So we get the Laplace, we get the value of I. And what is the value of I? I means integration, and this integration is your, this integration means your value of I, and this integration means your required answer, that is Laplace of ft. So we find here value of I means the required Laplace transform. So this is the example of your Laplace transform by using definition. So how to find the Laplace transform by using definition? So first see the condition is given or not. If condition are given, then use the Laplace transform definition. So here first complete this condition, then split this integration into these conditions and solve this integration by using UV rule or Lie rule. Here UV rule is not to apply because u derivative is not 0 in at any step. Sine derivative or here cos derivative is not 0, hence we are not using here UV rule. So we have to compulsory use Lie rule. So after applying Lie rule, this is your Lie rule. After applying Lie rule, one integration in the second step is remaining. So for this integration again we have to apply the Lie rule. Second time when we applied Lie rule, we get the original integration, which we have to find here. So left side is your sine integration. Again we have, after simplifying we get the sine integration term on the RHS, that is again we get the original integration here. So this is your I integration method. So for that we have to assume the given integration as I and then simplify and find the value of I, we get the required answer. So assume this original integration is I. So I equal to, this is your right side, and on right side again we get the I value or I term. So this I term take on left side and simplify and find the value of I, that is the required Laplace transform of the given function. The next example is find f Laplace transform of ft equal to t minus 1 bracket square when t greater than 1 and 0 when t greater than t less than 1. So as the conditions are given, so we have to use the, or we have to find the Laplace transform of this given example by using the Laplace transform definition. So Laplace transform definition is Laplace transform of ft equal to integration from 0 to infinity e raised to minus st ft dt. That is, first we have to complete this limit and then split this integration into in the form of these conditions. So t less than 1 means lower limit is 0, that is t is in between 0 to 1, the ft value is 0, and t greater than 1 means it goes to infinity, that is t is in between 1 to infinity. 0 to 1 ft value is 0, 1 to infinity ft value is t minus 1 brackets. So first split the integration. So Laplace of given ft equal to the 0 to infinity limit, this 0 to infinity limit or integration we have to split into two integrations as 0 to 1, 0 to 1 plus, we have to take plus sign in between these two integrations, plus 1 to infinity, 1 to infinity, then 0 to 1 and 1 to infinity, then e raised to minus st and dt, right, as it is e raised to minus st dt, e raised to minus st dt, and just we have to put the value of ft here. So in this first integration, in the condition 0 to 1, in the 0 to 1 ft value is 0, so write 0 here, plus in 1 to infinity ft value is t minus 1 bracket square, so write ft t minus 1 bracket square dt as it is. So here first integration is 0 because the term is 0, integration of 0 is 0. So now we have to simplify this second integration only. So integration from 1 to infinity e raised to minus st t minus 1 bracket square dt. Then again there is a product of two terms, one is exponential function, other is algebraic function. By using Lie sequence, if you can't understand the algebraic function, this is algebraic function or not, then check the other functions. This is your exponential function, so this is your e letter and e comes last, so this is confirm your v function, and this is your function u, but this is algebraic or what? So this is not logarithmic, this is not inverse trigonometric, this is not trigonometric, this is not exponential, hence this is your algebraic function, in such a way that you can remember the algebraic function. Not logarithmic, not inverse trigonometric, not trigonometric, not exponential, that is it is algebraic. So before e, a letter comes, so this is your algebraic and this is your exponential. So algebraic comes first, a letter comes first, so this is your u function, first function, and this is your v function, that is second function. So here which formula we have to use here, uv rule or Lie rule? So we have to check first uv rule. Here the derivative of u in for applying the uv rule, this condition is must, that is derivative of u should be 0 at any step. So here t minus 1 bracket square, this is your u, and first derivative is we have to check that at which step the derivative of u comes 0. So here first derivative is for how to take the derivative of t minus 1 bracket square. So here you have to recall the derivative formula first. So x square derivative is 2x. Then change the variable, t square derivative is 2t. But here we can't ask the t square derivative. Instead of t square, we asked t minus 1 bracket square. That is, here we have asked the bracket square derivative. So we have to use here bracket formula in the derivative. So bracket square derivative is 2 into bracket 2 into t square is 2t, then bracket square is, instead of t, take bracket, t square 2t bracket square 2 bracket, and these are the bracket formula. Hence we have to use take the common term, which is derivative of bracket. So use this bracket square formula. So bracket square derivative is 2 bracket, that is 2t minus 1 into bracket derivative. This is your bracket. So t derivative is 1 because it is variable. Variable derivative is 1, minus 1 derivative is 0, that is 1. So we get 2 into t minus 1. Then first derivative exists. Next derivative is multiply this 2. So 2t minus 2. So derivative is 2t derivative is 2 by using kx derivative. Kx derivative is k. Hence 2t derivative is 2 minus derivative is 0. So we get 2. Next derivative, third derivative is 0. So hence here by you can see that the third derivative of u is we will get, or the third derivative of u is 0. Hence we can apply uv rule. So uv rule is, in previous example we have applied the Liet rule, because we couldn't apply the uv rule because derivative of u didn't come 0. Here we get third derivative of u is 0. Hence we are using, instead of Liet rule, we are using uv rule here. So uv rule is u v1 minus u dash v2 plus u double dash v3, etc. And v1, v2, v3 are the integrations of v. U dash, u double dash, triple dash, these are the derivatives of u. So apply this u, that is t minus 1 bracket square as it is. V1 means v integration, e raised to minus st integration we have seen in last lecture. So e raised to minus st integration is, we are applied e raised to bracket integration, e raised to bracket upon derivative of bracket. So e raised to minus st integration is e raised to bracket, that is e raised to minus st upon minus st derivative is minus s, minus u dash. U dash means this u derivative. As we have calculated t minus 1 bracket square derivative as 2 into t minus 1, you can see here. So 2 into t minus 1 as it is, into v2 means v1's next integration is v2. So this is your v1, its integration is here. So here we are taking the derivative and integration with respect to t. So 1 upon minus s is constant, right, as it is. So 1 upon minus s as it is. Again take the derivative of e raised to minus st, which we have taken here. So these are the repeated derivatives. So e raised to minus st derivative is e raised to minus st upon minus s, plus u double dash. U double dash means u dash, next derivative is u double dash. This is your u dash, that is 2t minus 1. So simplify this, we get the 2 derivative. So plus u double dash means 2 second derivative into v3. V3 means v2 next integration is v3. So this is your v3. So in v3, 1 upon minus s into minus s, that is s square. So this minus s is constant. So keep as it is. So 1 upon minus s and take the integration of this. E raised to minus st. E raised to minus st integration is e raised to minus st upon minus st derivative is minus s by using e raised to bracket integration. So when we take the derivative or integration, first step you have to keep in mind that whatever the constant which is multiplied, that is in numerator or in denominator, which is multiplied to the function that that constant you have to write as it is, and the remaining function we have to take the for remaining function we have to take the integration or derivative. So this is the basic rule. When we take the derivative or integration, if the constant is multiplied or if the constant is in denominator, that constant first we have to write as it is. This is not taken in the rule of derivative and integration. So this constant 1 upon minus s, 1 upon minus s, write as it is because these are the constants, and the remaining function is e raised to minus st. That remaining function, for that remaining function we have to take the integration. So e raised to minus st integration is by using e raised to bracket integration, e raised to bracket upon bracket derivative, e raised to minus st upon minus st derivative is minus s because t is variable from 1 to infinity. So here we have applied uv rule because whatever the u here, the derivative of third derivative of u comes 0. Hence we used uv rule. As this is definite rule, write the limits from 1 to infinity. So for upper limit e raised to minus infinity by putting t equal to infinity because these are the limits of t. So t equal to infinity, t equal to infinity, t equal to infinity. For upper limit, all the terms we will get as 0 because e raised to minus infinity is 0. In last example, we have seen the e raised to minus infinity is 0. So for upper limit, we get 0. Then look for lower limit. 1 minus 1 0, 1 minus 1 0. So put lower limit. So 1 minus 1 0, 1 minus 1 0. So first two terms will be 0. Then only last term existed. That is the lower limit minus sign and this minus sign will be plus. So plus 2 upon s cube as it is. Put t equal to 1. We get e raised to minus s. And by simplifying we get the answer. Next example is integration ft equal to e raised to t minus a, t greater than a, and when t less than a, the ft value is 0. So first complete this condition. T less than a means it will, the minimum value is 0. T greater than a means the maximum value is infinity. And split this integration as the definition is 0 to infinity e raised to minus st. So 0 to infinity integration splits into 0 to a and 0 to a plus a to infinity. But for 0 to a integration the ft value is 0. So we get the, as we have seen here, when the ft value is 0 the integration is 0. So we need not write. Once we practice these examples, then we need not write when which integration is 0. So only which integration exists, that integration only we can write here. So for 0 to integration ft value is 0, so that integration is 0. So the existed integration is a to infinity, this 0 to infinity goes to a to infinity e raised to minus st dt as it is, e raised to minus st dt as it is, and ft value is e raised to t minus a. So the existed integration is a to infinity e raised to minus st dt as it is from the definition of Laplace transform, and ft value write as e raised to t minus a. So here both functions are not different, so we can't use here Lie rule or uv rule. These two functions are exponential functions, so just merge these two functions. So e raised to minus st into e raised to t minus a, that is base is same, so add just powers. So minus st in this two terms, split this e raised to t minus a as e raised to t into e raised to minus a, because in this one term e raised to minus a is constant because this integration is with respect to t, and the other letters except t, all letters are constant. So e raised to minus a is constant, take outside. So e raised to minus a into a to infinity e raised to minus st, and the remaining is e raised to t dt. So merge these two powers, we get e raised to minus a to infinity e raised to minus. From this take t common, so we here we get e raised to minus a, integration from a to infinity e raised to minus st plus t. This is your rule, that is if base is same just add the power, so minus st plus t, and from this take t common, so we get minus s plus 1 into outside the bracket there is a t, so minus s plus 1 into t. So now you can take the integration, so e raised to this minus s plus 1 t, so we have to take the bracket formula, so e raised to x integration is e raised to x, e raised to t integration is e raised to t, but instead of t we have asked here e raised to other term, and that other term we have to take as bracket, e raised to t, e raised to this term minus s plus 1 t, and this other term you have to take as bracket, so we have to apply e raised to bracket formula. So e raised to bracket integration is e raised to bracket upon derivative of bracket. So e raised to bracket means e raised to other term, not only this bracket minus s plus 1, we have to take this whole term minus s plus 1 into t. So this is your other term, so e raised to other term integration is e raised to other term upon derivative of other term. So e raised to other term upon derivative of other term. So this is your other term minus s plus 1 into t. So what is its derivative? So this is your constant because this integration is with respect to t. So this is your constant into variable, derivative is that constant only, that is minus s plus 1. So write minus s plus 1 from a to infinity, and for upper limit take a constant e raised to minus a upon 1 minus s as it is, and integration of e raised to minus 1 plus s into t, or write this term as it is. So for upper limit these limits are of t, so put t equal to infinity here, so e raised to minus s plus 1 into infinity, so e raised to minus s plus 1 into infinity. So here we don't know the minus s plus 1 is positive or negative, so for specially for limit infinity we want the negative power, so hence we are taken negative sign outside, because here we can't simplify. If we directly put t equal to infinity here, but this e raised to power term is we get e raised to minus infinity or infinity, we can't imagine this, because this minus s plus 1 is positive or negative, we can't decide here because s value is what we don't know. Hence just take the minus sign outside, so minus in bracket s minus 1 infinity s minus 1 t, and then put t equal to infinity, that is e raised to minus s minus 1 as it is into infinity, that is this number, whatever this number, we get e raised to minus infinity in power, and e raised to minus infinity is 0. In the last example we have seen e raised to minus infinity is 0. So for upper limit e raised to minus infinity is 0, then lower limit is minus sign, e raised to put t equal to a, so minus minus 1 plus s into t equal to a, we get 1 minus s into a. So simplifying e raised to minus s a upon this minus sign you can merge in this denominator, so it will be s minus 1, and this we have to split here because e raised to minus a. If we split this, multiply this a to this power e raised to a minus as, and again separate out these two terms, that is e raised to a into e raised to minus s. In this e raised to a and e raised to minus a, when we merge this, it will cancelled, because e raised to minus a, e raised to a, e raised to minus as. In this, if we merge these two terms, e raised to minus a plus a 0, so anything raised to 0 is 1, and e raised to minus as it is, e raised to minus sa or e raised to minus a. So this is your answer. So this example we have solved by just merging the two exponential functions, because these two functions are same, not different functions. For different functions only, if the two different functions are in product form, then only we can use Lie rule or UV rule. This is your next example. Similar example we have seen in previous last lecture, that is for sin t minus pi by 3. Similarly, for finding Laplace transform of sin t pi by 3, and here we have asked find Laplace transform of cos t minus 2 pi by 3. So this is similar example with the previous one. So this is your these are the examples, some examples which we have solved by using Laplace transform definition. How to remember that we have to use the definition of Laplace transform. If the condition is given with the example, then use Laplace transform definition for finding given example Laplace transform. Thank you.